in the world as far as workforce. 2 to 3 out of every 1,000 children, there we go, are born deaf, so with hearing loss. So, yes.
So, born deaf, what does that mean? Do they not have any inner ear or middle ear components?
So they can have a full auditory system, but that cochlea, the inner ear, has it's, you know, in utero something happened, or it's a genetic type issue where, so they may have all the parts, but just the cochlea has damage. And really anything, I mean, you may get a response at 90 decibels or something like that, but that's in the profound category where we start to categorize, you know, that they would be deaf, and we would, you know, depending upon the parents' beliefs and what they're interested in, they can either kind of go the route of, well, there's kind of a whole spectrum, but ASL, so sign language, cochlear implants, hearing aids, things like that. But earlier the better as far as that goes. Kind of
so going. Being deaf is referring to the cochlear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
And that is another reflection of that newborn infant hearing screening. The numbers probably were much lower a few years ago when we didn't test every single baby's hearing. Even if they're born at a birthing center or things like that, they are referred to go have the child's hearing evaluated. So, so it's also estimated that 30 out of 1,000 school-age children have hearing loss. So there's late onset hearing loss we see after kids have had serious ear infections, issues like that. It can be that mechanical conductive component that has a lasting effect, so they now have hearing loss.
So I have a cousin who went deaf at 3 with high fever. So
yep. Yes. So that, yes, we can see that with the high fever, that it will affect hearing. Yes. So with that, then now we're to a point where we can look to cochlear implants and things like that, whereas historically we didn't have options before that, so they would just be having hearing loss. Yeah. Let's see here. So older adults with hearing loss have 24% higher risk of cognitive impairment. That's the part that is really kind of scary, is that hearing loss does affect your brain. And untreated hearing loss, mild hearing loss, which is very minimal, may result in 6-year age decline in cognitive performance. So really, it's our brain. We want to preserve that, because that's the most important part. Let me quickly get through. This just talks about some veterans and kind of some of the same facts, but I liked the bottom, well, it's kind of scary. Those with even mild hearing loss are twice as likely to develop dementia. So super important to keep that brain stimulated, and auditory is a huge component. So. Bottom line, hearing loss is the natural aging process. I've met one patient in my great 3 years of being an audiologist that was in their 90s and didn't have hearing loss. Wow. I've seen a lot of patients. That's one person. So pretty much it is going to happen. You will get hearing loss. So we will work with people with hearing loss of all ages. So the number of individuals with hearing loss is increasing. Folks that are in the workforce with hearing loss is also increasing. I cannot tell you how many professionals have started to come in. In the past couple of weeks, I've had an optometrist, dentist, and pharmacist. It's like people who are still working, and now think about our generation with student loans and things like that. We will be working for a long time. So just some things to think about. And encouraging one to get their hearing tested and amplification. It really does improve quality of life. So being that person to be supportive is really great. And then using communication strategies will improve conversation with people with hearing loss. And we're done. So, yes. Any questions? Yes.
So I work with quite a few older people, and our office has something called the big ear.
The big ear.
Do you know that?
I don't.
What is the big ear?
Yeah.
You mean the super ear?
I was hoping you knew of it. Something better.
You'll have to.
It's a device that they use, but everybody we've used it on says that all the outside noise is so harsh, they prefer not to use it.
So, is it an ear level device?
No.
And they just hold it on it? I haven't personally used it, but I think it kind of hangs on their ear.
Okay,
And
so
it's a big ear.
What I'm thinking is, yes, okay, it's a big ear. So, my guess would be is what that is a linear amplification device. So, basically, it's like turning the radio up, the TV up. It's not any fine tuning. It's boom, up or down.
Just
with
louder.
it louder.
Not clearer. But
Exactly.
So, but if we're in a room that's just he and I, and there's no other noise,
It should be wonderful.
shouldn't that still be better than
Yeah.
out
Mhm.
there?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I thought you for sure that you would have known about it and do something better.
Big ear. I will
No.
go home and
I'll
Google
have
it
to.
because yes, I will Google it.
Are you sure it's not called super ears? Because I know that when I was with Peace Health Family Practice,
Oh,
they
they
had
had
it and it was
super
called
ears.
super ears.
Was it a big ear?
It was like a headphone device that they put on.
Okay, that's a pocket talker.
Yes.
So
Oh,
you'll
okay,
see
that's
they have the
different.
headphones
Okay,
and then
yeah,
it has
no,
the little
that's different,
microphone.
yeah.
I don't think that's what
No,
it is.
not that.
I don't know, but I will look it up.
Tell
Yes.
our clinic to get the pocket talker.
Yeah.
Do you guys have pocket talkers where you work? They're so
Is that
helpful.
better?
I got one right here.
Yeah. So pocket talkers essentially are little headphones, kind of think back to Discmans or Walkmans, and then it has a little amplification device with a little microphone. And we have one that even has a clip. I don't know what you guys have. Is it just the
Yeah.
little thing with the little microphone on the end, or does it have a little clip with a microphone?
I think it has a little clip.
Yeah, it's super nice. So sometimes I'll use that with patients, and it's just a quick fix essentially.
Nice.
Recently, we had a lady come in that wanted our doctor to speak into her cell phone, and then it would,
Yes.
and then it would print, yeah, it would print the words on the screen of her phone.
We have one like that too.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Never-
Yeah.
I know.
never seen that before.
I was amazed. I was
Yeah,
like, wow.
wow,
So
Yeah.
that is a
And it's
great
pretty-
thing to bring up.
yeah.
Easy. Download an app on your phone. So if you have a patient that's really struggling, bring that out and use those captions. You'll also notice that if you ever call a patient to talk to them and you say, oh, hello, Mr. So-and-so, this is Jessica from the Hearing Health Clinic. And they go, hello, Mr. So-and-so. Hi, this is, yes, I'm here.
Mhm.
They're reading as you go.
TTY.
The
TTY, caption call, yes. So
Okay.
give time between
Yes.
because whatever, and keep it brief and succinct because they have to read all of that and then respond.
Okay.
So it's kind of this back and forth.
Interesting.
Also, there are companies that will do that. So they call in and then they can caption or whatever they're going to do to the call center essentially. And then they call us and there's, hello, we have a call. And when you're done, you have to say pass or stop or something. I should know that, but I've only had to use it once. And so there's quite a few different options that are out there, but I love how, it would be so easy to have that app on your phone.
First one I've seen it.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can download a free one super easily. There's amazing what you have out there for apps.
The new ones though with the Bluetooth capability for the hearing aids through your cell phone and stuff like that are amazing. My brother-in-law just got his and it's like night and day for him. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's almost like a personality change.
It
Like
is.
people are more confident again. They come out of their shell because it's so much easier to just become withdrawn and isolated that it will affect their personality.
What's frustrating for us is we get a fair amount of patients that come in and we're speaking to them and they say, I don't have my hearing aids, and you're going to have to yell.
It's like, bring your hearing aids.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to yell to talk to me.
Yeah. It's like
Or
you
write
need to
it down
do your
like
part.
really-
Right.
Or bring your hearing aids. please.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so funny the other day. I'm at the grocery store and I see one of my patients and he's like, oh hey. He's like, I'm gonna be seeing you in a couple days. And I'm like, oh okay. Turns to walk away and I'm like, he's not wearing his hearing aids. If I was him, I would have been like, whoa, I would have dodged me. Because now I'm gonna be like, I saw you in the store. Were you wearing your hearing aids? I could tell you weren't. It's like, where are your hearing aids? It drives me nuts. I'm like, or call me and get an adjustment, or we need to work on something. I want you to use them. I want you to benefit from them. So. Any other questions? Comments? Okay.
This might be out of your expertise, but what is the best type of hearing protection if you're going along?
Excellent question. Hearing protection, I did not go over that. HPDs, hearing protection devices. So, a lot of times I see a lot of folks with ear muffs or the foam earplugs. They have different ratings of attenuation or how much they'll bring the sound down. You can get custom earplugs. We make those at our office. So yes, I see a lot of folks with the earmuffs. My dad would wear like earplugs, then earmuffs, so we were kind of double up on that protection.
I do have a pair of the ear muffs, but they feel like you're pressing. Like
Yeah,
crazy.
squeezing the head a little bit, yes.
I don't know about how well protection affords protection over another, but I've used all three because I used to work in industry. And these I didn't like because if you're wearing them for 8 hours, they get really uncomfortable. You feel like you're in a plant or a vase or a box. And the foam ones, at first when you wear them, they seem pretty nice, but if you wear them for long periods, it feels like there's pressure on the canal there, and I don't like it. The ones that I found that I like best and I use, and I wear them when I ride my motorcycle, are the custom-made ones. Because they fit perfect, and they don't hurt your ear.
And it's an investment in your hearing. Or I have a pair as well. I've had mine. I don't know how long you've had yours for years.
I've had mine for like 6-7 years.
Yeah. So.
How much does something
Yeah.
like that cost?
So they're a little spendy. They're around $160 for a pair. But I mean, I've literally had mine since I've had mine probably for 8 years, and they still work just as well. So and they still fit well.
What are they made out of?
It's made out of a kind of a silicone material. It's a pretty
okay.
firm silicone. And so I would take an ear impression of the ear, and then I send those into a manufacturer. They make a mold, a 3D image, and then they create the earplugs. So yeah. And then even for folks who are in bands, things like that, we have custom earplugs that have filters. So they're not attenuating everything. They have some acoustics to them. So there's lots of different things out there. Shooting earplugs where they shut off when impact goes down. So.
What I heard, the reason those custom plugs last so long is because the ear canal, the shape of the ear canal is one of the few parts of the human anatomy that doesn't change over the aging process.
So, myth or not?
Is that true?
Okay, so that actually is not true. So, patients that have ear molds, you probably see with the tubes that go up. Every probably 5 years or so, they need new ear molds because like all of our skin, it becomes a little more loose and a little more pliable, and so yes, it does happen to the ear.
You're telling me I need a new plug.
Well, it varies person to person. But, right, yes, just get it down in there. But so yes, our ears do change. So yes, yeah.
I stand
So
corrected.
it is, yeah, sorry to do.
Well, I'm glad
Alright.
that's something
Yeah.
I hate putting out false information.
Yes,
Unless I
sure.
really want to.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sorry